Hello, my name is Brooke Hanley and I will be presenting today on the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Specifically, we will delve into what the Act entails, why it was enacted, and if its goals are being met. What is the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act? The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act was enacted in 1977 in response to the Watergate scandal, specifically the discovery of a Nixon administration slush fund used for foreign bribes and illegal campaign contributions, and also the revelation of the results of the SEC Voluntary Disclosure Program. This program had resulted in 527 companies self-disclosing over $300 million in questionable payments to foreign officials. In response to this, Congress passed the two-pronged FCPA Act, the first prong being the anti-bribery provision. This provision prohibited making payments to foreign officials in exchange for securing an improper advantage. The second provision regarded accounting and record-keeping rules. The Act required companies to maintain a system of internal controls and also maintain records that accurately reflect transactions and dispositions of assets. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act applies to companies, both foreign and domestic, as well as individuals. Though all domestic companies are covered under the Act, foreign companies are only covered if their securities are exchanged in the domestic markets or if they are doing business in the United States. If either of the provisions of the FCPA are violated, civil money penalties as well as criminal fines can be imposed on the company. Individuals can be fined or imprisoned if they are found to have violated the provisions of the Act. You may be asking yourself why it was necessary for Congress to take action on this issue. Being in business, we all feel that the government should kind of stay out of it, and the main role of government in business is to make sure that the markets are working correctly, and specifically the system of capitalism and the foundation of capitalism are being observed. Regulation occurs when the system is not working properly, and in the case of foreign bribery, the system isn't working properly. Economic growth is being inhibited. This inhibition of economic growth is due to economic inefficiency, both corporate inefficiency as well as inefficiency on the national level. Economic growth is also impeded due to reduced investment in countries where bribery is a common practice. Many companies won't take the risk that they will be found out and punished by the Department of Justice or the SEC, and therefore will not go into these countries that's a common practice. The last thing we'll look at is if the FCPA is working at the goals that Congress had envisioned for it. In my opinion, the Act is working, though it had a very slow start, basically 25 years of very little enforcement activity. Expanded enforcement at the turn of this century has begun to have a strong deterrent effect. Companies are taking more steps to regulate themselves in order to not be investigated and punished by the Department of Justice or SEC. Many companies have enacted corporate policies, specifically banning any type of bribe, and self-disclosure of possible violations has increased dramatically. However, as enforcement has only been occurring in any substantial amount since approximately 2003, after the first 25 years of basically no enforcement, it does remain to be seen what the ultimate effect of the FCPA Act will be. Thank you.